Okay then. I am a sportsman, through and through. However, I have not actually competed in sports day for staff, and they're not happy about that. They want to see me
Oh,
run, but I actually do tone it down for sports day. I
right.
actually do, and they're not happy with me actually. But I do. One of my year 11s actually, he's doing really well at the moment, and he's ranked top 10 in the country over 200
Mhm.
meters. And sir, please, can I race you sports day? It'll be a highlight of my time here at school. He says, you know what? To be honest with you, you probably beat me now, or if not, I'll probably end up getting injured because I
Right.
haven't trained for so long. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, I know where I am at the moment, and to be honest with you, he'll probably beat me now anyway. To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So
So yeah, I tone it down.
do you think there will be a time when you'll do the sports as the teachers race?
Probably not actually. Do you know why? I'm scared
Why?
of getting beaten.
You know what? That's
I'll never hit it
absolutely.
down.
But you know what? But knowing you though, Julian, you'll probably make sure that I can see it as soon as you know or they announce that there's going to be a teachers race, and you
Yeah,
decide that you're going to enter
yeah, I'm gonna prepare
full
for it.
on training
Yeah,
schedule,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
full
If
on
I'm not,
training
yeah, you're right.
schedule.
You know me. If I put my heart in it, if I know I'm gonna do something, then yeah, I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna get my body in the best shape it can possibly be in to win
Mm,
that race, whether it's
yeah.
parent race or a teacher's race, even a student race. If I know I'm gonna run, if I'm gonna put my reputation on the line, I'm gonna
Mm,
work hard at it.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't make good headlines, was it? Former international
No,
athlete.
no, exactly.
Oh dear, and that will definitely be a race that's recorded. It'll be on
All over social
social
media.
media. Yeah, yeah. I mean, every kid will turn up for that race just because it is Mr. Golding, and his comeback. He's come out of retirement to take part in the staff race.
In
I
fact,
think that would
actually,
be.
that'd be a good way of making money for the school, charging the kids £1 to watch me race.
There you go. I think you'd probably get some external people that would be happy to pay £1 to see you race as well, just to see what would happen. So, are you still in touch with any of your ex-athlete colleagues or your old athlete colleagues?
Yes, I am. Yeah, there's a few of them that I'm still in touch with. There's a few that are working in education as well,
Okay.
which is great. A lot of
Mm,
them are coaching. One of my really good friends, Christian Malcolm, he's a current performance director for UK Athletics.
okay.
A big job. Yeah, he's the first man of color, black man, to have that role, which is
Wow.
great for the sport. Athletics is such a diverse sport as well. So to have a black man at the helm of UK athletics is great. So yeah, well done to Christian Malcolm.
That's fantastic. And I mean, do you ever miss athletics? Do you ever miss that life, or do you ever wish that you were still kind of, I don't know, even if it's during being a pundit or anything like that? Is that something you'd ever think about going back to?
Yeah, I do miss it. It played a pivotal role in my life for 16 years.
Mm,
I did some punditry work for various radio stations and TV. Yes, I miss it. I miss the thrill. I miss the adrenaline. I miss the armpits, scratching, your butterflies and you know palm of your hands sweating and all sorts of
mm,
things that you get with anxiety. And I miss all that. It's great.
yeah, yeah.
I do not miss the training. Training was
Right.
immense. Training
Okay.
was brutal. I don't miss
Mm,
training. I miss the camaraderie. I miss going away for for a month here and there. I mean, when I went to Olympic Games in Sydney, probably the best trips I've ever been on. It was amazing. And I heard a
mm,
lot about Australians and going to Australia, but it's not until you go for yourself you can really appreciate it. So yeah,
wow.
I miss all of that. But I have a new path now.
Mm,
I got now new memories now to formulate, new memories
yeah.
now to help to experience now. And you can't buy experience, you need to go through it. So I had my time as an athlete. Great. I can look back. I've got all this experience, got a bank of experience behind me, and I can help try to use experience to help somebody else to help to have better experiences in the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you talked about having one of the students in your school as a top 10 in the UK. So do you do any talent spotting in your role?
I used to, not now, only because now I don't have the time now.
Right.
But I used to work for Newham Athletics Academy over in East London. I did that for when I was great, and some of the talent I spotted did go on to be international sprinters. But I don't do it as now. The school life does take up a lot of my time now, and
Mm,
that's hence why I stopped coaching, because I just didn't have the capacity now to coach, because after you
mm,
finish your day teaching, I then go to track for 2 or 3 hours, and then by the time I come
mm,
home, my own children are in bed sleeping, so I didn't get a chance to see my children. So
yeah.
no, my focus now is very much in education now,
Mm,
and wanting to be the best that I can be, but also get a lot of students to be the best that they can be as well, and have a
yeah.
positive impact in their life. And go back to something you mentioned about the school experience. I want our students to have the best possible school experience,
Mm,
not when they think about school. Oh man, I don't want to go to school, or I hate school. I don't want
mm,
that. Where possible, I want all of our young learners, students, to enjoy being in school. Not everyone will enjoy being in school, but even those that don't enjoy being in school, give them the best possible experience of being in school. Let them know that you're
yeah.
there for them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's brilliant. And thinking about your role as a PE teacher, and where you've come from, and thinking about PE as a subject, and knowing what that has done for you in your career, do you think PE and sports is given a high enough profile in schools at the moment? Because there's no set amount of time that schools have to give for PE. So there's a recommended 2 hours in primary school, but it's recommended. There's no statutory time limit. So in primary schools, we might do 2 lots of 45s a week. It's not often taught by an experienced PE teacher. We kind of, some of the time, not to say all primary school teachers in particular do this, but we might make it up as we go along. Don't have very effective schemes. If you're not a specialist, then it might not be taught to the standard that you might want it to. Do you
Yeah,
think PE deserves a higher status, and sports in general deserves a higher status in schools than what it currently has?
I think so, because you
Mm,
have two types or three types of learners. You have a kinesthetic learner, someone who likes to see it and do it. You have an auditory learner, someone who learns by listening. Okay, you have a visual learner, someone who learns by seeing things. When it comes to like behavior and behavior management, the PE has very few issues with behavior, because
mm,
with the majority of the kids that come to PE, they actually do it they see PE as an outlet. They've perhaps
mm,
been cooped in the classroom all day, and some students sitting in a classroom, they're not cut out for it,
yeah.
for one reason or the other. So for them to be involved in a physical activity lesson, for them that is something they look forward to all the time. If
Mm,
one of our students, let's say for example, they've been naughty, or they've had an external or internal exclusion, and they know they're not doing PE, or they know
mm,
that they've been in trouble, and they're not taking them on a school sports fixture, it destroys the whole week.
yeah, it's
So
true.
sometimes you
Yeah,
can use that as a carrot to get them to do what you want them to do.
yeah.
So I think there should be more emphasis on physical education in
Mm,
primary and secondary, because
mm,
everyone's different. Not everyone's going to be involved. Not everyone is going to be that learner that's going to be have a fantastic academic prowess. Everybody's different. But you got that kid who loves, to be put in the basketball team, and he would do his utmost best to learn about the sport, to learn about the intricacies of basketball, or sports related activities linked to basketball. Give them an opportunity to shine. Give them an opportunity to succeed. It may not be in a classroom, but it could be on the sports field. It could be on the basketball court. It could be on a football pitch. It could be on an athletics track.
mm,
So there should be more specialized, particularly I know in primary school, specialized PE teachers that teach PE. I don't know how you're going to integrate it into the curriculum, but I think every subject should have a subject specialist lead
mm,
that focuses on that. And if you've got someone teaching it that hasn't got the subject knowledge, then if you've got a subject lead that's in that school, then they should
mm,
pass on knowledge to the person who perhaps doesn't have that subject knowledge.
mm.
But I think there should be more emphasis on PE. I mean, there was massive emphasis and loads of money thrown at school sports partnership before the 2012
Yes,
Olympic
yeah,
Games.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know, because money was thrown at me, so I
Mm,
know. Okay, but since that's gone now, it's almost
yeah,
like, okay, then just do it now to just to keep fit. Yes,
Yeah.
but there's so many benefits to physical education. I mean, it helps, it's a mental stress relief. It improves,
Mm,
your cardiovascular fitness, improves your posture. I mean, it does so much. There should be more emphasis on PE in schools in general.
mm. And do you think, I mean, as a secondary PE, what kind of connections, if any, do you have with primary schools in terms of sharing your knowledge and expertise?
Not enough. There should be more.
Mm,
There should be more. I mean, we have links where I'm at the moment. So we're having conversations at the moment, and we're doing training at the moment where I am at where I am, and there's conversations happening, which is great. And our year 11s are doing sessions under my guidance with the year fives and year sixes, which is great. So
mm,
knowledge is being passed on, but generally, I don't think there is. There should be
mm.
more school sports partnerships in terms of PE. So with secondary school and primary school teachers meeting together, sharing ideas, sharing best practice, what works well, what doesn't work well, what subject knowledge do I need to teach basketball or tennis or
Yeah,
football. So there should be more information sharing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a shame because I mean, I just going back to what you said previously about if a child misses a PE lesson, it can mess up the whole week. And I'm just thinking about a couple of children at the school I work at who were in trouble, and so they had to miss not all of their PE lesson, but some of their PE lesson.
They hated that.
And
I can
they
imagine.
really did, yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
hate it.
It was like the worst thing in the world, and I had to reassure them by saying, okay, look, although you're going to miss today's P lesson, you've still got P on such and such a day, so you're still going to get some of it. But
Yeah.
like you said, for them, it's an outlet. It's a
Yes,
way
outlet
to
for
kind
them
of
because
get out of the classroom, and especially having gone through this period of lockdown where they spent so much time cooped up
yeah,
inside,
exactly,
more
exactly.
important to get them outside now.
Exactly, exactly. And it's as tough as it is physical activity is really important, particularly for your mental health. And there's a lot of information, a lot has been said about mental health, but to engage in a really good physically active P lesson does really help them.
Yeah.
It does help them in the classroom as well. And once they've had that time and they had that outlet, doing a really good structured P lesson.
Yeah. Did you notice any of a difference within the students that you teach, especially with your your BTEC students, your older students, when they came back after the period of lockdown? Did you notice any difference in their behaviour or in the way that they conducted themselves because they hadn't had the opportunity to be outside as much?
Yeah, it was tough because a lot of the students, well, I can't say a lot of the students, but a proportion of the students, they don't have any outside space. So
Mm,
some of them are confined to a two-bedroom flat and a balcony.
mm,
So it was really tough for them. So when they came back, they just couldn't wait to get back. They
mm.
absolutely could not wait. It's almost like they went bonkers when we had our first PE lesson. But it was great though because they wanted to be back. And, they
Yeah.
miss their friends, they miss the socialization, and it's not the same texting or WhatsApping your friends or Snapchatting your friends. You want to be amongst your friends, and even
Mm.
then we couldn't do what we normally do because of the COVID restrictions.
Sure, of
So
course,
we
yeah.
couldn't really have fixtures of other schools and stuff like that.
Mm,
Now things are slowly beginning to ease now. Hopefully 21st of June we should hear about more government easing. But yeah, I've noticed it, but it has been really positive though, coming back. And the kids, their attention to detail now has been much better now, and I think they appreciate it now being in school because
mm.
even though
Okay.
those kids who complained about being in school, I don't want to be in school now, they couldn't wait to get back to school.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's been a newfound appreciation for their teachers and for school.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. I'm going to let you go in a bit, Julian, but I've got two final questions for you, or one question, two, is dual pronged. What would you say is your proudest moment as an athlete, and what's been your proudest moment as a teacher?
Okay, so my proudest moment as an athlete was winning the Commonwealth Games in 1998 and having the Queen present me with that medal,
Wow.
and then being subsequently invited to Buckingham Palace
Okay.
that same year and then having dinner with the Queen and Prince Charles as a result of me winning that gold medal. So that's probably one of the highlights of my athletic career, and also being able to compete at the Olympic Games. Now, I didn't get a chance to compete. I was selected as a team, but our team dropped the relay baton, so I didn't get a chance to run at the Olympic Games.
Right.
But I was able to, be part of the Olympic experience. That's fantastic. And my proudest moment as a teacher, I suppose when I got I went through the interview process for the AP role.
Okay.
And the principal said to me, "You've got the job." I didn't seem excited at the time because I was thinking back. I've been teaching now for, I don't know, it must be like 14 years or so. I think I was teaching now to that point. And if you'd said to me 14 years ago, when I first went into classroom, would you ever consider having a job as a assistant head teacher, assistant principal? I thought, no way. I mean, if I was in school, if I turn the clocks back, right, turn the clocks back 30 years, and my career advisor to me, "Julian, do you ever see yourself being a teacher?" I would have laughed at the classroom. No way. So knowing that they've got the confidence in me to take on that role, that's definitely been one of the proudest moments.
Wonderful. That's brilliant.
Definitely. I mean, there's loads more, but yeah, that's the one, because it's a big step from being a head of year.
Yeah.
Now jump into senior leadership role, but I've always seen myself functioning in that role. Anyway.
Okay.
That's something that I've always wanted to be. It's something that I knew that I could do. Had given the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's kind of seeing that dream come to fruition. I was like, wow, it can, even when sometimes it was difficult and you think, you know what, I can't be asked for this, so I'm not doing this anymore. But just having that mental fortitude. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Yeah.
Tell yourself, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
As long as you've given a good account of yourself, you don't get a job. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You've given a great account of yourself.
Yeah.
If you've given a good account of yourself, you know what you can do, and others know what you can do, but you know what you can do, and you get it. Then I'm there to change lives.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruffle up these kids, improve behaviour, improve standards. Hopefully, when Ofsted come, get us an outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, and be the best that I can possibly be.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, Julian, your school is very, very lucky to have you, very fortunate to have you. The kids are very fortunate to have you. I know that you're going to make an amazing AP, simply because you're an amazing person. And I know that this is kind of just the next step in your journey. I know that you've got a long way to go, and I'm holding you to it. Like I said, headship somewhere one day, Julian, or one day. But you've been an amazing guest tonight, Julian. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to me this evening.
No problem.
I'm sure I'll see you soon. Anyway, but thanks very much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. That's Julian Golding, and I hope you enjoyed listening to him tonight. Thanks a lot, Julian.
Take care. Thanks very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So that was Julian Golding on Teachers Talk Radio. He was an international athlete, and he changed his careers. He became a class teacher, and he's been really successful at it. And I think it just goes to show that you can pivot in your career. You can change careers. You can move from one successful career to another. Just because you've had a success in one career doesn't mean to say that that's not going to happen again. It most certainly can. And Julian has been a testament to that. And I think that's really good. I don't know if any of our callers kind of could resonate with anything Julian was saying in terms of the challenges of moving into teaching, but also the challenges of being able to, the fact that he said that he had to study for his degree, which he, came out of a first class honours degree whilst working full time at the same time. And that's tough. And in my show next week, I'm going to be talking about studying for an MA, for a master's, or for a PhD whilst you're still working as well. Because I think there is nothing harder than trying to study, hold down a full-time job, hold down a family, just keep everything going. But you know that you want to aspire to get that qualification. You want to aspire to be able to reach that next part of your journey. And so, Julian has been testament to the fact that it can be done. if ever there was a motivator in terms of wanting to get your degree, if you've got, if you're in the middle of a master's, if you're in the middle of, of preparing for a PhD, if ever there was a motivator in terms of somebody saying you can do it, that's your man, Julian Golding. The fact that he came out of school with 1 GCSE, he was determined, he had a goal in mind, and he focused on that goal, and he got to where he wanted to be. He got a first class honours degree, having been out of education for over 10 years or so, to then go and just and it wasn't, he worked hard for it. I can tell you, he worked hard for that qualification. So it wasn't something that was given to him because, oh, it's Julian Golding, we know he's got a Commonwealth gold medal. It was something that he worked hard for. So please do join me next week when we talk about this in more detail. If you're studying for a master's, I want to hear about your experience of what it's like studying, or if you have studying, how did you balance your life and studying at the same time? Because I'm going back to studying in September. I'm hoping to finish I'm not hoping, I will be finishing my master's in coaching and mentoring in September. And I'm kind of thinking, right, how do I balance the two? How do I balance being a head teacher, being a wife, being a mother, being a friend, all the other, being a businesswoman, and doing a master's at the same time? Because I'm taking a leaf out of Julian's book, and I'm going to make sure that I do really well, and I smash it. But I need to make sure that I've got that balance. So that's what we're going to be doing in next week's show. But I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight's show. Thoroughly enjoyed listening to Julian. I've known his story, but it's always great to listen back to it again. Always nice to sort of see the journey that someone's been on, and know that you've been part of that journey as well. He is an amazing character, an amazing person. If you don't know Julian Golding, Google or Yahoo, or I don't know if Ask Jeeves still exists, but other search engines are available. Look him up. Look at what he has achieved in his lifetime. Look at his accolades. The things that he's done and is still doing. The impact that he's having on the lives of our young students. He really cares about students. He really cares about young people. Someone said they haven't asked Jeeves for years. Jeeves is probably retired, if not, passed on to the search engine in the sky potentially. But yeah, Julian really cares about education, really cares about children, and his passion is the kind of passion that we should all have. And I think, as he said, when you lose that passion, and when you lose that desire to really want to see the children do well, that's when we need to kind of think, okay, maybe it's time to hang up my boots and move on to the next career. But thank you for your questions. Thank you for kind of taking time to listen in tonight. Please enjoy the rest of your half term. We've only got, I would say we've got 1 whole day left, because I don't count the weekend, because everybody gets the weekend, and if everybody gets the weekend, it's not really a half term. So whatever you're doing tomorrow, please enjoy. Start the countdown. For me, it's 7 weeks until the summer holidays, and I am counting down because it's been a difficult year. It's been tough, it's been challenging, but I look forward to whatever next half term will bring. I'm hoping it won't bring another lockdown, but whatever it brings, I'm going to make the most of it, enjoy it, and look forward to that summer. Thank you for tuning in to the Late Late Show on Teachers Talk Radio. I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place, 10 p.m. Until then, have a good evening, and yeah, take care.